You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. The silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. That we have each other, and for that we have each other, and we will rise, we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again. And we'll rise up, I like the waves. We'll rise up, in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again. You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I'll do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up. I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. You, that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
This event this morning. And we're also live on Facebook. We were able to make that happen. So if you have anyone that can't get on the Zoom, definitely let them know to join us live on Facebook this morning. Because we are in a webinar, we aren't able to let you speak, but there will be an opportunity for you to do that towards the end of our program this morning. If you have any technical issues or you want to cheer on people throughout our time together this morning, please use the chat box. Maria will be able to assist if you have any technical issues. There's a Q&A box at the bottom of your screen in the same place where the chat box is, and that's going to allow you to ask any questions that you might have about the event. And then if for whatever reason the video that the person who's speaking covers any of the text on any of the screen, definitely go ahead and just move that box around on your screen. You can also change the view by pressing view up in the top right corner of your screen. And that can change the view to make it a little bit easier for you to see everything. So yeah, if you have any questions throughout our time together, please let us know in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and we'll be here to help you. Thank you all. And before we get started, I'm going to let you know that we are doing a poll this morning. So we'd love to know what gives you hope during these really challenging times. We want to see what you're really holding on to with hope in these really dark times, and knowing that there is hope and there is light. So Maria's going to go ahead and put a link directly to the Menti code. This is going to bring you out of the Zoom, so you can do this on your phone or on your computer. That Menti code will go into the link, into the chat box, but also you can go to menti.com and put in number 5025038, or you can use your phone, take a picture of this QR code, and that's going to bring you directly to that link as well. And you can let us know what gives you hope during these times. Sorry, I thought we had some difficulties. Clarence, you're up next. Sorry about that, everyone. My bad.
No problem. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing on the tech side of this, Ivy. You're doing a great job so far. So good morning, everyone. As Ivy mentioned, my name is Clarence Richardson. I am the new board chair for the Waltham Partnership for Youth, and I'd just like to welcome everybody today. I'm happy to welcome all of you to our Celebrating Hope and Resilience Through Community Partnerships event. Today, we are celebrating the partnerships that have been created throughout the Waltham community to support our young people and their families. We want to give a special welcome to the Waltham Partnership for Youth and their families, who are the heart and soul of our work. At this point, I would like to recognize our distinguished guests here in attendance, and I do apologize if I miss anyone. It's much harder to keep track of everybody in the room when we're not all in one room. So first, I would like to recognize our Waltham City Councilor that was able to attend today, Jonathan Paz, our Waltham School Committee member that was able to attend, Liz Aljamal, and just a shout out to Superintendent Dr. Brian Regan and Assistant Superintendent Dr. Liz Homan, who have been great partners for the Partnership for Youth. So let's just take a moment, give them a virtual round of applause. And recognize them for all of their efforts to make Waltham a great community. I would also like to take a moment to recognize my fellow board members and executive officers of the Waltham Partnership for Youth, our Vice President, Ann Mikulski, our Treasurer, Doug Waybright, our Clerk, Larry Bayless, and then our Directors, Donnie Botts, Julie Bold, Connie Braceland, Terry Egan, Jasmine Etienne, David King, Kelly Linehan, Lisa Logery, Maria Mendiola, and Erica Young. And thank you guys for serving on the board with me. I promise not to let you down too much as I fill Connie's role, and she left some big shoes to fill. So today we're celebrating with our we are thrilled to be celebrating with our business sponsors and community supporters who have invested in our youth through the years, especially during these challenging times. In particular, we want to recognize the incredible generosity of and steadfast support of Boston Children's Hospital at Waltham, this year's diamond sponsor. Over 30 years ago, Boston Children's Hospital at Waltham was a founding member of WPY. Since that time, they have supported Waltham youth by providing sponsorships, funding several of our mental health initiatives, serving as a member of our Drug-Free Communities Coalition, providing pro bono speakers and clinical support at our events, hiring student interns in our summer internship program, and serving on our board of directors. Man, I'm tired just reading all of the things that they've done to contribute to our organization. So on behalf of the Waltham Partnership for Youth and the Waltham community, thank you, Boston Children's Hospital at Waltham, for all that you do. In addition, we just want to say a special thank you to our gold sponsors as well: AstraZeneca, Boston Properties, the Nelson Companies, the Village Bank, Watertown Savings Bank, and Wolverine Worldwide. Without your generous support, none of this would be possible, and we thank you so much for everything that you do for our community as well. So with that, I'm going to transition back to Ivy, and hopefully we're good to go.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Clarence. Great. So now we want to see the results from that poll. So we had asked all of you to tell us what is giving you hope during these tough times. So now we're going to figure out what is giving Waltham hope. So we're pulling up the Menti results. So hopefully this works. Oh, awesome. There's a lot of really great ones. I can see family, community, young people, our youth. Yes, awesome. We love our youth. Children, God, yes, having faith, coworkers, the people that I serve. So many great ones in here. Thank you all so much for participating in this poll. We're so excited to see what gives Waltham hope during these challenging times. Great. And so now I'm going to pass it over to Katie.
Great. Good morning, everyone. I want to echo what Clarence said, which is to just thank really Ivy and the tech team, Ivy, Claire, and Maria. This is new territory for all of us, and they've just been superstars in terms of learning new platforms and supporting all of us Luddites in getting comfortable with those platforms. So thank you. I also want to make a quick note. So we regret that we can't see you all right now, but we feel your presence and we want you to make your presence known. So we do encourage you to take advantage of the chat feature throughout. And just a note, there are two options. If you want your message to just come to the panelists or the event planners, when you do your chat, you're going to select all panelists. But if you want everyone to see your comment, and again, we encourage that, just make sure you select all panelists, and I think it's all attendees. So you have the choice of just letting us see it or letting everyone see it. So again, thank you so much for joining us. This, as Clarence said, is our celebration of hope and resilience through community partnerships. I'm Katie Dowsett. I am the very proud Executive Director of Waltham Partnership for Youth. I've been in this role just over 4 years now, and I continue to feel like it is my favorite job I've ever had, a great fit. I feel really at home and really fortunate to be in this role. And this is a day I have been looking forward to for months. It's frankly a day that I need, and one that I hope might help refill all of our cups a bit during these difficult times. The genuine, abundant gratitude I feel for so many in our community who've stepped up in countless ways these last 7-8 months is a much needed antidote to the anxiety and even despair that could otherwise define these times. Across the nation and right here in our own community, we've seen persistent educational and economic inequities exacerbated by the pandemic. We've witnessed hate against Black and Brown people and violent acts, we've witnessed hate and violence against Black and Brown bodies, including Black and Brown youth. There's pain, there's fear, and there is a lot of work to do to address the inequities and racism embedded in the DNA of too many of our institutions. But there is also reason for hope. Each one of you individually is a reason for hope, and collectively we are a force of hope to be reckoned with. Because of you, Waltham youth continue to have a strong network of support and opportunities for personal development, even as the pandemic continues to disrupt so many aspects of our lives. As you'll see throughout our program this morning, and as you already saw through the video, the welcome video, the talented, beautiful, resilient young people of Waltham give us every reason to believe that our future is in good hands, as long as we keep committing to the work and the love necessary to deliver on that future. I'm grateful and proud to serve alongside so many of you in service to Waltham youth. I know Clarence did this already, but it bears repeating. I want to give a huge shout out to Superintendent of Schools Brian Regan and Assistant Superintendent Liz Homan and their entire team for the care, consideration, expertise, and Herculean efforts this year to make school as accessible, equitable, and meaningful as possible for students, while also attending to the physical and emotional health and wellness of families and staff. I also want to acknowledge the board of directors of WPY, who through their unwavering commitment have stewarded this organization through difficult times, only to emerge stronger and more committed to our delivering on our mission of ensuring that all young people have what they need to thrive. And to the WPY team, I stand in awe. You work tirelessly on behalf of Waltham youth, through recessions, through pandemics, through Zoom fatigue, through a national landscape rife with horrific displays of violence and racism, you show up. You continue to advocate for more equitable systems, and you remind students every day of their beauty and their worth. Thank you. To our event sponsors who stuck with us, you intended to sponsor an event last April full of good food, lively networking, and perhaps even a few photo ops with state and local officials. When we told you none of that was happening because of the pandemic, every single one of you said, keep the money anyway. We know you'll put it to good use. I want you to know that that meant everything to us. It meant that even without holding our spring fundraiser, we had the funds we needed to continue our programming uninterrupted, providing community events around mental health and wellness, ensuring recent immigrant students and families have the supports they need, and providing high quality work-based learning and leadership development opportunities for high school students. We thank you. In addition to continuing our regular programming, albeit virtually, the pandemic also exposed new and urgent needs. Students who were already economically disadvantaged saw parents lose jobs, and students who were already hard to reach were at risk of becoming more disengaged after the school closures. In response, the Waltham community rallied in a major way. We'd like to take a moment to recognize the WPY COVID heroes, the individuals and organizations who've stepped up to help WPY provide basic needs such as food, hygiene products, internet, PPE. Because of your time, compassion, and generosity, so many Waltham youth and families have been able to continue on a path to success despite challenging circumstances. I know that many of these heroes are with us this morning, so as we watch this video, I encourage you all to join us in thanking them by offering some shout outs in the chat. Please enjoy the video. Thank you again to these, our WPY COVID heroes. Your generosity and care are such an integral part of what makes Waltham so special. And it really is a special community to be a part of. Very much thanks to you. So thank you again, warms my heart every time I see this video. We want to transition now to thanking what we're calling our Opportunity, Equity, and Excellence heroes. So these are our employer partners who've stepped up and committed to providing meaningful, high-quality internship experiences this summer, even when so many other companies understandably had to withdraw from the program this year. These heroes also include the funders, foundations, companies, and individuals who understand that investing in high-quality career exploration and training opportunities for young people transforms lives while also strengthening communities and local economies. Our summer internship program connects Waltham youth to local employers for 6-week paid internships and also includes weekly reflection and skill building workshops. While the program is open to all Waltham High School students, we focus our outreach efforts on recruiting students of color and students from low-income households. Our aim is to help close the economic opportunity gap by ensuring that high-quality opportunities for personal and professional growth are available to all youth, including and especially those from communities that have historically been excluded from these opportunities. In 2017, Massachusetts was ranked 4th highest in the nation for median household income, but we ranked 45th in the category of income disparity, making us one of the most economically stratified states in the country. This disparity is also reflected here in Waltham. Our city boasts the highest number of job postings in the highest paid industries in the Metro West region. Yet more than half of Waltham High School students qualify for free and reduced lunch based on household income. Avenues to success are literally right around the corner for Waltham youth, but those avenues are too often out of reach. Some of you may have heard me tell this story before, but I think it bears repeating. When we first approached one of our biotech partners about creating paid opportunities, internship opportunities for Waltham High students, their initial response was that they already had a high school internship program, but the internships were unpaid and they were only for the children of their employees. It was unacceptable to us that this pathway to prosperity and others like it were right in our own backyard, yet off limits for students who need to earn money to contribute to their households and whose parents are not already employed in high-paying industries. With the help of our funders and employer partners, we work to eliminate such obstacles and make these pathways available to all young people. We're proud to share that the biotech company mentioned above now helps fund our program and also offers paid internships to Waltham High School students. We're also proud to share that thanks to you, our Opportunity, Equity, and Excellence heroes, 54 students participated in our program this summer, earning an estimated combined total of $74,000. And I can tell you from the heart and with gratitude that the experiences that the students had this summer were incredible. Despite the constraints of a mostly virtual program, students still formed meaningful connections with their peers, mentors, and supervisors, pushed themselves out of their comfort zones, made professional connections, and developed technical and interpersonal skills that have given them increased confidence and poise. We thank you. And while most of our students couldn't be here this morning, they did create this video to express their gratitude as well.
Interning at Brandeis has truly changed the way I think and feel about Waltham in a really great way. And the work you guys do is so incredible. You guys positively impact so many lives every single day and are such an inspiration to me and so many others. So thank you for allowing me to be a part of your team this summer.
I just wanted to say thank you for the amazing opportunity that I was given throughout the summer to work at your office, and thank you for being able to be comprehending and understandable towards me throughout the summer. I wanted to say thank you to you, Joe, and Andrea, George as well, and Liz for all the help.
Hi Karen, Marine, and everybody at Leo Stream. I want to thank you guys so much for, as we always say, allowing me to join at just the right time. To see the company pick up and move the way it did was truly inspiring, as well as seeing your teamwork and how incredible it is. I just want to also thank you guys so much for also allowing me to and entrusting me with your sales, your social media, or anything, and just knowing that I will work at my best.
I was able to learn things I didn't know before, and I was able to do things that I didn't know how to do before, take phone calls. I really appreciate it. It's got me out of my comfort zone, and it's made me a better person, I feel like, and it's gonna make me a better lawyer, so I'm so excited.
Was it difficult? Yes, but I overcame it. I love the program, and I thank you so much for having me, and I appreciate all you have done for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ernie and Ms. Neff, for running the summer robotics program this year. I learned a lot and gained a bunch of experience, which I didn't prior have, because this is the first time I've had any sort of a job. with this experience, it'll help me in the future with trying to get any future jobs. So thanks. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to work with you again in the future for something like this. Thanks.
Hola, mi nombre es Emilia Yanet Guevara Cardona. Soy una pasantía de Wildpark. Bueno, el nombre es Juventud por el Cambio. Y estoy agradecida con Wildpark porque me han enseñado nuevas metas para mi futuro y he conocido a nuevas personas. Pero aparte de eso, nuestro grupo, que es Juventud para el Cambio, ha estado haciendo investigaciones para ayudar a otras personas que se dejan llevar por el racismo o porque aún no saben qué traer para su futuro. Pero aparte de eso, le agradezco mucho a Wildpark porque nos apoyan en todo, siempre están con nosotros en lo que nosotros necesitemos y pues esto ha sido por lo que yo estoy agradecida. Espero que tengan una linda tarde o bueno, más que todo un lindo día. Bye.
I'd just like to say I'm so thankful for the Boston Team Flora and Team Jessica from the Waltham Partnership for Youth. I want to do nursing in college, and getting to speak to the guests that we had on every week, the panelists, gave me a different idea of what nurses actually do. And I do know when I get my nursing degree, I might want to come work for Boston Children's Hospital. So I'm just thankful for the whole opportunity that I was given.
Thank you for this opportunity that you gave me during this summer. It really means a lot to me. It helped me grow as a person, helped me with my future career, and learn new skills. And it really helped me open new doors. And without you, I probably wouldn't be in this position that I am right now.
Hello, my name is Catherine Morales and I'm going to my senior year. In the summer, I interned with NWH and I am just extremely thankful for the opportunity because I know that due to COVID it was a lot more difficult. But I want to say thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity. It was such a great learning experience, especially with being remote. So thank you so much to everyone who was able to help and organize this program.
Hi guys, my name is Liazli Diaz Beltre. This year, I internship for Windows and Mirrors. This is my first time ever getting an internship, and I'm very excited to learn what it's like to get money on my own. I want to thank Ms. Moore and the Waltham Public School System for this opportunity. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Carl D'Amadio. On behalf of the Waltham Partnership for Youth, I wish to extend my gratitude to all the employer partners out there that we've got this year, especially my employer partners, the law offices of Timothy R. Woff. My experience there has been one for the ages, and it meant a whole lot to me. My on-site supervisor, Clarence Richardson, was a really huge help to me. And he was one of the things that made this experience for me so great because I want to become a lawyer when I'm older. Once again, I extend my gratitude to all of the employer partners for the summer internship program for a really successful year.
As you can see, we at WPY are incredibly lucky. We got to spend our summer with all of the incredible young people you just saw. And again, through what is otherwise an incredibly challenging time, there's a lot of joy in getting to serve the young people of Waltham. So I'm so glad you had a chance to get to know them a bit through that video, as I say, even if most of them can't be with us here today. And again, thank you so much to our employer partners who committed to this program despite all you had going on your own end, and to the funders who have faith in our young people, faith in our program, and faith in our employers. Thank you. So we're going to transition now to the presentation of our Good Neighbor Award. Every year, this award goes out to an individual or organization who's gone above and beyond to serve Waltham youth. I could not be more excited to present this year's award to Newton Wellesley Hospital. I was introduced to the hospital's community benefits director, Lauren Lele, within my first month as executive director over 4 years ago, and she quickly became one of my most trusted and valued partners. Lauren makes it her business to be very present in the Waltham community, and she is a familiar face among educators and service providers. When Watch CDC began hosting weekly interagency meetings among social service agencies so that we could have a more coordinated response to supporting families during the pandemic, Lauren was there every week to provide us with important information and updates from the hospital, but perhaps more importantly, she was there to listen. Hearing directly from those of us providing direct service means that the hospital's community giving and support is more informed and hence more impactful. It has led to the distribution of thousands of COVID care kits to Waltham schools and nonprofits, and to free flu clinics at the Community Day Center. Even before the pandemic, the hospital's approach to community giving was to listen and let the community lead. A couple of years ago, when they were tasked with managing the distribution of $1.5 million to the Waltham community as part of a determination of need allocation, Lauren put together a committee of community stakeholders representing various sectors and areas of need, including education, housing and homelessness, food insecurity, domestic violence, and others. Over the course of 6 months, the committee worked together to identify the most pressing issues facing the Waltham community, ultimately landing on high school graduation rates as a top priority. In particular, the disparity between the overall four-year graduation rate for Waltham high school students, which hovers around 84%, and the four-year graduation rate for English learners, which hovers around 50%. The committee, again made up entirely of Waltham community members, then designed the grant process and solicited requests from organizations proposing strategies for addressing this disparity. The result was a four-year, $1.2 million award to Wraparound Waltham, a multi-agency collaborative led by WPY and including the Waltham Boys and Girls Club, Children's Charter, Doc Wayne, the Right to Immigration Institute. We work directly with recent immigrant students and families, and we take a case management approach to addressing non-academic needs such as access to housing, food, jobs, health, and mental health, while partnering with Waltham High School to ensure academic supports are also in place. The idea is to let students and families who are new to our country and to our community know that there is a wide network of support here, and to welcome them with open arms and support them in whatever ways they need. The opportunity to take on this body of work has completely transformed our organization for the better. And as a small nonprofit, we at WPY write a lot of grant applications, and I can tell you that I have never been involved in a more community-driven process than this one. Again, the commitment from Newton Wellesley Hospital was not to say, we're gonna decide how the community needs to spend this money. It was to say, we are gonna spend almost a year listening and learning and taking our lead from you, the Waltham community, to figure out the best way to structure this grant and to offer these funds. Really, I'm going off script here a little bit just to say I was blown away by that process. Philanthropists everywhere, please take note. Really, truly community driven, and that makes all the difference. Lauren also serves alongside Dr. Michael Jelinek, former Newton Wellesley Hospital president, in leading the Newton Wellesley Collaborative for Healthy Families and Communities, which is comprised of 8 incredibly active councils doing community-based work in a number of areas, including domestic and sexual violence, elder care, and workforce development, to name a few. As part of its workforce development efforts, the hospital has been an integral partner in our summer internship program for the last 3 years, helping to fund the program and also providing placements for 20 high school students each summer. Despite being in COVID emergency response mode this summer, they remained committed to providing meaningful learning experiences for Waltham youth. Here to talk about her experience in the program and formally present this year's award is Yancy Escobar. Please welcome Yancy.
Good morning, everyone. I want to thank all of you who are present for giving me the opportunity to be here virtually. My name is Yancy Escobar. I am 18 years old and I come from a Guatemalan household. This year, I graduated from Waltham High School and I am currently in my freshman year at Mass Bay Community College. This summer, I interned at Newton Wesley Hospital as part of WPY's summer internship program. My friend and I heard about this program through a common friend of ours who was part of WPY's recent internships. We quickly thought that this was very interesting, and to remind you, we were seniors, so we decided to try something new before graduating. We would also be getting paid, which was good. Though there was a process to get into this program. We had to create a cover letter as well as a resume. Once I submitted it, WPY's internship program coordinator, Jessica, suggested attending a one-on-one helping session to adjust some errors. I personally found this very helpful because I would get feedback from a person who helps a lot in this area. There was obviously a good result from this because I was thrilled when I got an email from Jessica stating that I was one of the students who were chosen. This filled my heart with joy because healthcare is my major and I would get an experience of what it's like working at a hospital. Unfortunately, those weren't the plans once COVID came along. I questioned what was going to happen, if I will still be doing the internship and so on. We came to find out that the internship with Newton Wesley would now include a partnership with MassBay, which was amazing because I would basically be going to school and getting paid. Who wouldn't want that? All 20 Newton Wesley interns didn't know what to expect. This was all new to us learning virtually, and we mostly thought a lot about the cons. But after the first day and then further weeks on, it honestly wasn't what we expected. We found it to be just a normal class, but at each other's homes. And here we would see the diversity and differences in cultures. Like I stated, I come from a Hispanic household, and some of my classmates do as well. At times, it's difficult for us to have a certain schedule to go by on a daily basis. But through this experience, we learned to talk to our families and set out a schedule together in order to not have any accommodations. Our weeks were very busy, with Mondays and Wednesdays attending virtual biology classes with the MassBay professor. On Tuesdays, we had our WPY meeting, and on Thursdays, we had our NWH career talk sessions. I know it was a lot, but what helped us was that we created a group chat among all the Newton Wesley interns. Here we would remind each other to study for quizzes, do our labs, attend the group sessions, and so on. At times we would all be bothered with Labster, which is a virtual lab game system, because it would crash or get frozen. And we would question what to do in the group chat and why certain tools weren't working. It was all chaos. But with support from each other, WPY and Newton Wesley Hospital, we made it. On Thursdays, I enjoyed the guest speakers that we had from NWH. It was very interesting to note how each person got to their position that they're in and how the healthcare field works, but also plays a major role in our society. In one session, there was a pediatric doctor who assisted as well as nurses in this area. They made up a case with the child being sick and how they were to act in this scenario. It was overall very interesting how each person played a role in the bettering of this child's health. They provided vivid descriptions of their roles, how each person is part of a complex network of people working together to come to that final diagnosis and make prescriptions. Hearing about all of this sparked more of an interest and brought me to the reality that I would have to face this if I decide to pursue this career. Throughout these 6 weeks, I learned the value of organizing my work time, asking for help, finding ways to not get distracted, making friends with classmates, and planning everything ahead of time. I can say that I felt pretty much prepared and had an expectation of what everything would be like virtually. I'm even using Labster in group chats in college. The most important intake I had with all of this was to not always expect everything to go as you plan. The reason being that the plans we make for ourselves at times aren't the best ones. Through this whole experience, I appreciate more my education and the moral support for greater opportunities that are given to students through WPY. On behalf of all the other students in this particular internship, from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you to Newton Wesley Hospital. While the hospital was in emergency response mode, caring for patients, educating communities, managing supply shortages, and doing everything it could to contain the effects of the deadly pandemic, they still made time for us and invested in our futures. They not only paid MassBay to run the biology course, they also paid us each an hourly wage to attend the course and participate in all other aspects of the internship. Perhaps more remarkably, staff from virtually all departments within the hospital gave up their precious time to teach us, connect with us, and inspire us. Thank you so much for not letting anything, even a global pandemic, get in the way of us having this experience and for accommodating yourselves as much as you did. On behalf of Waltham Partnership for Youth, I am proud to recognize Newton Wesley Hospital with our 2020 Good Neighbor Award. To accept the award on the hospital's behalf, please join me in welcoming Community Benefits Director Lauren Lele and NWH President and CEO Dr. Errol Norwitz.
Thank you, Yancy. This is Lauren. I think Dr. Norwitz is going to start with our remarks, but thank you so much for what you've just said for us.
So thank you. I think hopefully my video and audio are working and people can hear me. But Katie, thank you. And Yancy, thank you so much. What a confident and poised presentation. Really excellent. And thank you for including me in this wonderful event. I'm delighted to be a part of it. I was so impressed with the terrific work done by the Waltham Partnership for Youth in support of the city's next generation. You should all be quite proud. I also want to extend my sincere gratitude for the amazing partnership that Newton Wellesley Hospital has built with Mayor McCarthy, city officials, and other leaders from business, higher education, and other sectors of the Waltham community. I just completed my first 100 days as President CEO of Newton Wellesley Hospital last week. It has been an amazing journey thus far. I've gotten to know so many colleagues across our organization and learned about the great work underway. I've also had the opportunity to learn a great deal about all of the wonderful things we at Newton Wellesley are doing in the Waltham community. As you know, these efforts include a wide range of programs from making sure that the most vulnerable Waltham residents have what they need to remain healthy during this pandemic, to working closely with organizations like the Waltham Partnership for Youth to provide meaningful internship programs for Waltham students. And as you may have heard, we recently transitioned our Waltham Urgent Care Center at 9 Hope Avenue to a walk-in service in that same location so that we can better meet the growing need for primary care in the Waltham community. This is all such important and meaningful work. And we are making a difference. I received so many notes from representatives from across the community expressing their deep gratitude for what we're doing together. Before I turn it over to Lauren Lele, our amazing Director of Community Benefits at Newton Wellesley Hospital, to share some remarks, I do want to express my gratitude to Beth Downey and other members of our Workforce Development Council who, during a time of great challenge, developed a wonderful virtual internship program that meant so much to the students. Thank you again, and I'll turn it over at this point to Laura.
Thank you, Dr. Norwitz, and thanks for everyone to be on this wonderful event this morning. First, let me say it is quite an honor to receive this award, as I know we are extraordinarily good company with those who have been recipients in past years. While Newton Wellesley Hospital focuses its outreach efforts in many communities, it has been over the past several years that we have really wanted to make an impact in the Waltham community. What has transpired over that time is the opportunity to get to know the community better and gain a true appreciation for the dedication and commitment of that Waltham has to serve its residents. We are so pleased to have become a part of those efforts. The beginning of that dedicated work started with Waltham Partnership for Youth and the collaboration with Katie. Here, I would be remiss if I did not comment on the incredible leadership that Katie provides. She is smart, is an advocate for enhancing opportunities for youth in Waltham, and is a visionary for making a difference. All these characteristics she fosters within her entire team as well. So Katie, thank you enormously for all that you do. Within the hospital's outreach initiative of the Collaborative for Healthy Families and Communities, we say that our mission is to weave ourselves into the community. This is the case in our support of the WPY Youth Interpreter Program, in which students are given the opportunities to gain employable skills as interpreters, while at the same time allowing translation of community programs on topics such as mental health and substance use. The Waltham Partnership for Youth Summer Intern Program, as you've heard so much about this morning, allowed us to further the focus of the Newton Wellesley Hospital Workforce Development Council and expose students to a myriad of careers in healthcare, many of which require less than a 4-year degree or are entry points for future careers. Under the leadership of Council Chair Beth Downey, Chief Information Officer of Newton Wellesley Hospital, who worked with Jessica Sanon, WPY Intern Coordinator, The program became virtual this year, ensuring that 20 students were able to gain healthcare exposure, get college credit for a biology course, and earn a summer salary. During the weekly sessions, we were enormously impressed with the caliber of the WPY students and their display of honesty and inquisitiveness. I think our clinical panelists truly enjoyed and gained from the sessions as much as the students did. Today's theme, Building Hope and Resilience Through Community Partnerships, is representative of the work that has taken place over the past 7 months. Our previous collaborations have allowed us to connect with the Waltham community in order to respond to needs exacerbated from our current healthcare crisis. It has meant that we could partner with the Community Day Center to provide burner phones for clients to stay connected. It has meant partnering with Africano to provide needed supplies to keep their community safe from COVID. It has meant working with Waltham Public Schools to facilitate an NWH infectious disease clinician to speak to and alleviate fears among WPS teachers. It has meant partnering with faith-based communities to distribute bilingual materials on caring for your family member during COVID-19. And it has meant partnering with community agencies to deliver over 3,000 COVID-19 care kits. It was these already existing relationships with nonprofits, with business partners, with the school system and others that made all these efforts possible, and honestly, feel quite natural. We are enormously thankful to Waltham Partnership for Youth for this award and look forward to continuing to be a good neighbor to the whole Waltham community. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you again to Lauren, to Dr. Norwitz, and to the entire team at Newton Wellesley Hospital for all you do. Here's to many more years of impactful partnership on behalf of Waltham Youth. It is now my great pleasure to introduce this morning's keynote speaker, Rosalind Acosta, Secretary of Labor and Workforce Development for Massachusetts. Secretary Acosta manages the Commonwealth's workforce development and labor departments to ensure that workers, employers, and the unemployed have the tools, training, and safety resources needed to succeed in the Massachusetts economy. Born in Cuba, she earned a Bachelor of Arts from Wesleyan University in Connecticut. She has been named one of Boston's most influential women by the Women of Harvard Club and El Planeta's top 100 most influential Hispanics in Massachusetts. She has also been awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Association for Latino Professionals for America. Secretary Acosta will speak to us today on the importance of creating economic opportunity for youth of all backgrounds and the power of collaborative business community relationships in driving these opportunities. Thank you so much for being here. Please join me in welcoming Secretary Acosta.
Thank you, Katie, and good morning, everyone. This is a really hard act to follow after all of those inspirational videos and listening to Yensi's experience at Newton Wellesley Hospital. Thank you for all you do, Lauren and Dr. Norwitz, for giving Yensi and so many other youth the opportunity to participate and really see what life skills look like in the real world. So I want to start off by thanking Waltham Partnership for Youth. This organization practices what I believe to be the most effective form of workforce development, collaboration. You harness the power of government, business, and community partnerships to ensure that the people we serve have every chance at accessing better career opportunities. I want to emphasize the excellent partnership that has grown between MassHire, Metro Southwest, and agencies like Waltham Partnership for Youth. You're helping to deliver connecting activity services to Waltham High, including internship opportunities and career readiness training. To be frank, it is exactly these types of collaborations that I would like to see more of throughout the MassHire system in terms of youth services. You've also been very helpful when it comes to the Youth Services Provider Network meetings that occur every month. Our local board participates in these meetings and they find them of great value. Katie, Jessica, and Jody have been of invaluable help to our Metro Southwest team during these difficult times, and I thank you very much. I want to take a bit of time to point out how important internships, job experiences, educational credentials are in helping improve career opportunities and lifelong earnings. To that end, some of the most important youth programming strategies for the Executive Office of Labor and Workforce Development are focused on youth employment and career exploration activities. We work with our partners at the Executive Office of Education in our regions to support summer employment and year-round internships for youth. We do that through the YouthWorks program and through the Connecting Activities program. This past summer, despite the challenges of COVID-19, the YouthWorks program managed to serve almost 4,000 young people. The ability to maintain the summer program was due to the hard work and partnership between business, local, and state leaders, as well as our public workforce system. Keeping the YouthWorks doors open offered hope for so many Massachusetts youth who help with family income, want opportunities to get ahead, and enjoyed a way to socialize and engage as part of their YouthWorks experience. The programming this summer was focused on online learning and engagement. At a state level, through our quasi-Commonwealth Corporation, we worked on a program design that balanced live interactive sessions with asynchronous content, which led to increased engagement and needed flexibility. We offered career exploration through lunch and learn sessions and the integration of project advisors to produce a greater breadth of industry and career exposure in partnership with business leaders. Intentional youth leadership and youth voice in programming proved to be a highlight for youth participants and a source of support and valuable insights to adult program staff. Study after study proves that early work experience has an outsized effect on a person's lifelong earnings, on par with the value of an associate's or bachelor's degree. You learn soft skills that are valuable for the arc of your career and help prove to potential employers that you are a worker to be invested in. And in today's job market, having work skills and credentials that employers are looking for is becoming more and more essential. This has been a very rough few months for the job market in Massachusetts and the nation as a whole. Weekly available jobs hit a low back in the end of May 2nd with just 13,400 job ads in the state. But since these lows, weekly ads have increased 83%, and of the current 125,000 available jobs in Massachusetts, 45% were new job ads. Many of these new job ads were for STEM occupations like registered nurses, software developers, medical and health services managers, and operations research analysts. Many of these jobs require a license or educational credential. Over 12,000 require a driver's license. Almost 9,000 require a registered nurse credential, and nearly 7,000 require first aid certification. Around 20,000 of these jobs also require a bachelor's degree. Those with a high school degree or vocational training are averaging around $37,000 a year in annual salary, whereas those with an associate's degree are averaging around $55,000. All of which goes to show that in this current job climate, agile employees who are dedicated to a culture of lifelong learning through early work experience, internships, and credentialing opportunities will find themselves better prepared for the job demands of the 21st century. I am so grateful to everything that the Waltham Partnership for Youth is doing to set these students up on a path to quality career development. And to answer your question, what makes me have hope in these times? Absolutely my family, as many of you, but also the work being done by organizations like this that are mission-driven and focused on our youth, our future. Thank you very much for having me today. It's been a real pleasure. Have a great day.
Thank you again, Secretary Acosta, for being with us this morning and for the work you do across the state to make sure that these kinds of meaningful workforce development, career exploration opportunities are available for as many young people as possible. We're grateful for your efforts and really thankful that you were able to join us today. So that does conclude this morning's program. We want to thank you all so much for being here and for all you do to ensure that Waltham youth have the love, resources, support, and opportunities they need to thrive. We hope you'll consider the many ways to stay connected to this work, including getting involved in our summer internship program by hosting student interns or volunteering to help with cover letters, resumes, mock interviews, facilitating workshops on skills that are relevant to your particular industry. Also coming out to support our Teen Trivia fundraiser in November, and we can send more information about that in our upcoming emails. We certainly invite you to make a gift of any amount at any time, which you can do on our website. And certainly just follow us on social media to continue hearing stories from young people and from our community heroes that again give us the hope that we need during these really difficult times. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and really happy that you're all able to join us this morning. We are going to hang out for a few minutes, so feel free to continue hanging out with us, throw some comments in the chat. If anyone does want to make any comments out loud, just let us know in the chat and Ivy will go ahead and unmute you. So we have sort of the Zoom version of networking for these next few minutes, but the formal program for this morning has concluded. And again, thank you so much. For anyone who's still out there, we're gonna close the meeting now. So thanks for hanging out, giving us some more shout outs in the chat, and just continuing to celebrate the good vibes this morning. It means a lot to us. So thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day and take good care.